What's up, Internet? Today we're going to talk about customer journey optimization.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Internet. Chris Mechanic here with our resident conversion rate optimization expert, Shlomo Trachtenberg. Today we're going to talk about a very hot topic. Shlomo, you need to
Come down
a little so I don't look so short.
Yeah, today we're standing because we're getting a little bored of sitting.
We wanted to
mix things up a little bit, make it a little exciting.
But yeah, customer journey optimization, it's a hot topic. You go to these conferences, it's what everybody's talking about. So I guess to start, like, what the heck is it? What is customer journey optimization?
What is customer journey optimization? So customer journey optimization is the holistic marketing of looking at your buyer from the beginning when they start looking for your product or service, or you creating demand for that product or service, all the way down till the point where they actually make the purchase and the sale.
So it's kind of zooming out a little bit.
And looking at the whole process.
Yeah, because us marketers, I mean, we tend to get zoned in on whatever it is that we're working on. So this is basically zooming out and looking at the whole picture. When does it start? From when they hit your website, or?
It starts, honestly, from the research phase. From once they're, it could even start from a demand generation. So if you're a product that people know about, so your customer's journey optimization will probably be at a point where they're already searching for your product. So you have to be present at that stage. That's your first step. If you're a solution that's like innovation and like people don't even know that you exist, then your first step is demand generation, is basically educating them that, hey, there's this solution to a problem that you've been having.
So, and then that exposure to the message becomes the beginning of their journey.
That becomes the beginning of their journey, exactly.
So yeah, that's interesting. I like the idea. So let's say that some of the viewers here have never really heard about this, or they are just getting started. Like, what do you do first?
Yeah, so the first step is really to do the due diligence and map out the steps that it takes from a person from the research phase, or wherever the beginning first step is, all the way down to a closed buyer, like complete buyer, right? What are the steps within those? Like, how do they go about buying? What does their process look like from the point of when searching for you all the way down to when they actually make that purchase?
Yeah, so it kind of reminds me of the old AIDA triangle, like awareness, interest, desire, action. But it sounds like this actually goes beyond the action, like the post-purchase.
Right, so even that post-purchase, after they purchase, if your goal is to get them to become like a brand ambassador, so there's even more further down the funnel that you could optimize for. So first step is really map out all the different stages. So map out, so like they're researching, so there's research. Once they research, they get closed, they actually come to the website, they fill out a form, now they're a lead. So awareness, now they're in nurture stage. And
then they see the thank you page.
Right, the thank you page is part of the process. Right. People don't optimize thank you pages, but it's such a missed opportunity. And then now they've become a lead. Now they're a lead, they've talked to sales. Okay, so there's maybe an opportunity, And now once they've talked to sales, now they're in the process of consideration. They're still looking at other products.
Yeah.
So that's another stage within the journey. So you have to map out. You got to know your customer. You got to know your product, how they buy from you, and you have to map out each stage. And I like to think of it like this: that you want to think of each stage as a unique stage if it's going to require differentiation in messaging. So if I'm going to talk to somebody who doesn't know me different than somebody who knows me and is considering buying from me, that would be two different stages. But if I'm going to talk to you the same way, if the messaging to that person is going to be the same exact thing, then that's one stage.
Okay. So I got my stages mapped out. I've drawn it all out. What's the next step after that?
So the next step after mapping out all the stages is differentiating your messaging. So understanding where they are. So right now I'm not educating them that I am let's say if I'm a software solution, I'm not educating them like, hey, my software solves your problem. They already know that this software is going to deal with their problem. Now I'm trying to talk to them about why my software is going to be better than my competitor's software. So at this stage, you might want to be pushing credibility. You might be pushing like, hey, we got lots of customers. We have reduce the risk. You might want to say, hey, we'll extend your free trial. Things like that. There are things that you could do at that stage that you're talking specifically. But if I'm someone who's looking for the solution, I'm like, hey, we'll extend your free trial. That's not a selling point for me. Where it has to be appropriate for the stage that I'm at.
Yeah, and that makes a lot of sense. And that's almost like, I'm just thinking of the sales process. Like, buyers probably have certain concerns, certain questions, certain objections. So addressing those objections would probably be...
Yeah, and looking at it from a multi-channel experience. So basically, as a person comes in as a lead, I'm talking to him one way. Now that they've become a lead, right? I might be pushing out my messaging across channels, through AdWords, through Facebook, through LinkedIn, through email. All my channels should now be pushing one specific type of messaging where you are now, right? So very different type of messaging than where you were on stage ago. So that's sort of the idea. Nail down your messaging.
So now I got my steps mapped out. I've got my messaging in place. People are coming. They're experiencing that journey. So what are the steps at that point to kind of know, is this good? Is this not good? How do I make it better?
Right. So at that, the first step is you got to make sure it's working. So technical. So you got to make sure that like your remarketing audiences are set up in a way that you're actually targeting the right people. So if, for example, we have a client that basically we bring people in through like just getting their email through like a lead magnet, but then the next step is to get them to sign up to join our platform. So I'm messaging people who've already joined our platform. My message to them is basically, hey, once they join the platform, we then want them to make a purchase. So it goes email, lead form, make a purchase. So people who are, let's say, who we have their email but have not signed up yet,
Right.
Our call to action to them and is not to basically purchase, but our call to action to them is like, hey, you've already know about us. Why don't you join our platform because we're going to save you lots of money. Right. Now, how do I make sure that I'm targeting those people? So my remarketing audiences are saying, remarket to people who've given us their email, right, but have not signed up yet.
I see.
You understand? So you want to make sure that your remarketing audiences are basically negating people at both ends of at the other ends of the steps. You want people who've taken where they are in the right place.
Yeah, or somebody who's hit the lander but didn't sign up for email. That would be a totally different message.
Right, exactly. So if my lead magnet is like, hey, like check out this ultimate guide, so my remarketing to that person who hit my email page to get their email, I'm remarketing to them, get the ultimate guide. But once they give us the email, you understand it's like you have to be clear in your messaging at each stage of the funnel.
So us marketers love making up cool buzzwords. And a lot of what you're saying to me sounds like good, conscious marketing.
Good marketing.
Is this like account-based marketing is this fancy buzzword for like good sales and marketing alignment? It's like good.
Right.
Is this the same thing?
It's true with everything. So if you don't give a buzzword to it, then people aren't going to get excited about it. So yeah, customer journey optimization is a code word for relevant messaging, good marketing.
You heard it here first, folks. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I think this was good.
All right.
If you want some more, call Shlomo. He's our resident expert on this stuff. And if you like this, feel free to like and comment or share. We always appreciate it.